this new layer of what she's doing as an artist. And thank you for inviting me into this space. Who are your people? And do they look like me? Do they roll like Nina, ready to burn the world if need be? Do they have radical dreams? And the strength to let those visions breathe? Will they leave the rally with more than a moment's inspiration, but the motivation of a movement? Would they take a bullet for me? Would they fall to the earth and shatter in a million pieces? As a child, when my brothers wrestled, I would scramble to pick up the pieces. I would never find every piece and run to them trembling, snotty with a slobbering grip, and items slipped too easily from the hands of a panic, unsure of the health of his brother's smile, which they did, and laughed. You can't save every piece we lose. Along the way we bruise like garden soil after fresh rainfall. Call grandma. Ask about great-grand's green thumb. She could summon sunflowers. My older brothers do the same. Great-grams transforms front lawns into Eden. They battle themselves into better men, but I refuse to believe I'm wrong on the days when all I want is to be held gently and not thrown about on a whim. No bill collector on my line 3-5 times a week. No realtor trying to steal the lawn like we ain't been raised here and disappeared in the woods. Most Indians take our land. Where do we go then? No choice but the breeze. Spread thin across puzzled waters, my people know. We have limbs everywhere. My father traveled from the Newark ghettos to the groves of Durham. One seat of concrete for another. He beat my mother in college. Eventually, they birthed a nation of bullheaded kids with fists too big for their skin, run around the home the way we should, slamming doors shut with shattered shards splayed on the hardwood, and what we save all behind, we pick up every piece. Sweep up the glass, teeth in the trash, bones in the cast. And you don't need to break again to know you're stronger the second time around. The first time, someone calls your skin dirty in a public bathroom. You stand by the sink, stunned. Let the faucet run until the soap suds spill over the sides. You want to say, who the fuck you talking to? Wash your mouth out. Who raised you? My people should bury them and watch the flowers bloom, but instead, you worry about wasting water. Your mother would be ashamed of your silence and the bill. The price of both too high for a child. I tried scrubbing my skin to the white meat. Midway through, I chose my history, my people, who taught me the body always enters the room before I do anything wrong. I've already been seen in the eyes of my neighbors, life-threatening judgments, depending on the hour of day, the mood of the accuser, the sway of my hands from hip to shoulder blade. We have always been somewhere between citizen and alien, holy and sinful, witchcraft and green thumb, so I'm picking up the pieces of my brother's smile. Grandma on the phone and think, what if I were to plant grow my own strange food? Sturdy spines, strong roots, callous skin, block the shots, pass the food around the block, daily snacks for stronger stock. Now, my people bulletproof. Ain't no tour to make us rule. We fill the streets and classrooms too. We would disappear and never return. We can take ourselves to the sun. Please. Relax. You're right, but now we have bills, mouths to feed, a country to leave if it fails us one more time. Where would we? She will have traveled from the New York burbs to the curves of Charlotte. You will sit on a hill and talk about your college, a gentrified sea scraping itself clean. She will ask, do you believe in God? And you will say, I've seen my family tree sprout from the dead, soil and seed feeding life back to the roots. My brothers don't have them broken smiles anymore. After the braces, the fillings, all sorts of repair. We laugh about those fights until our jaws ache. We skip in the garden. My mother wraps her hair in silk, the color of a hairless woman, of a dress that curls in the wind like a black widow's web, made from careful fingers, independent love, threading together a home unlike the dirt roads and loose gravel surrounding it. In the house next door, my uncle burns trees in his front lawn where he knows will annoy her, enough to abandon those English degrees, speak in that southern twang where she just looks at you and goes, aye. Same reaction every time I return home, dressed in all my unfamiliar. I used to have shoulder locks and piercings. She reminds herself I'm different. She reminds me of a loctician who moved from the Ivory Coast. Low-cut afro the color of wheat, or withered corn stalk, and begin every appointment with shea butter, shampoo, and water. She tells me of the ocean before entering America. How it shivers under sunlight, like shards of glass. Makes her want to jump in. Sometimes stay in. Reunite with her siblings, scattered across the seabed like loose gravel, or the bruisings that follow when grieving mothers pray for their sons to return home with no more than 2 piercings. Boy, don't walk around with open wounds. Or closed eyes. My mother's voice echoes throughout the entire house. By now, the paper-thin walls can recite all the voicemails she's left me. I only listen to them when I'm alone and can imagine the ways her shoulders tighten when she sings her Maya Angelou to the friend in the home of her maiden. Listening to the crackle of loose gravel against footsteps. Oh, so familiar footsteps. Returning. I come from a lineage of broken homes and survival tactics. Men who fed their families with corn tilled from seed to sickle, with callous fingers. Women who understand marriage don't survive the wear and tear of daily toil. When he ain't come home to tuck his kids in bed, let his kisses wander neighborhoods over children born of infidelity, starving, a symphony of aching bellies. I have anonymous branches on my family tree, each nourished by an empty womb, cattle cut open in the kitchen sink, blood-stained hands, old ancestry, shameless, broken English wrapped in southern twain, still rose these cities from soil to skyline generations to come. Remember the names of bricklayers, fatigued from nation building, letting all the earth show. I switch dialects with ease the way my mother taught me. I excuse my father's